Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Brooklyn Hine. Earlier today, Congressman Derek Van Orden held a sportsman event in Eau Claire. The event's focus was gun rights, hunting, and Wisconsin's outdoor traditions. Van Orden was joined by House Natural Resources Committee Chair Bruce Westerman, along with Hunter Nation's Wisconsin State Director and other local advocates. The event included time at the rifle and pistol range, followed by a roundtable discussion.
Only 30 to 50% of hunters around the nation, it's about 50% here in Wisconsin, actually vote. And if all of our hunters got out and voted, we would not have an issue with worrying about losing the Second Amendment.
Coming from a rural district, much like Derek's district, I know how important it is to my constituents, and I believe it's important to his constituents, that we protect those rights to hunt, to recreate.
Along with talking about protecting the Second Amendment, organizers add that their discussions continue to center around preserving Wisconsin's hunting heritage. Well, we were lucky with a pretty gorgeous weekend out there earlier today, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely gorgeous, and it's going to be some of the same tomorrow. We'll have a few more clouds, adding in a little bit of extra light wind as well. So we get into how this all shapes up. We're going to get into temperatures widespread in the 70s tomorrow. In fact, tonight we're going to get into at least 40s and 50s in the overnight hours, which would be great for sleeping. Then we get into, again, for Monday, the possibility of similar conditions in the forecast, partly cloudy skies, quiet conditions as well. Then Tuesday and Wednesday roll in. Then we have the possibility of, again, some showers and storms are on the way. So when that happens, we'll add in a little bit more of that to come. And eventually by Wednesday, we may see a little early morning showers as well. Then for the rest of the day, we're quiet for Thursday, Friday, and then getting into your weekend for next week, we have more showers and storms on the way.
All right, good to know. Thank you, Art.
Sure.
And there's some good weather out there for Amplify Health by Gunderson. Earlier today, they brought out the community. Folks in La Crosse came out to Riverside Park for an afternoon of fun and food. Now, there was plenty of fun for the whole family with face painting, a bouncy house, and even some laser tag.
Just watching the joy and happiness and just our people getting to be together in community outside of work, getting to be real people and celebrating time with their families. It's really pretty special. Look around, look at the smiles on these people's faces, and there's thousands of people here, which is just outstanding.
Organizers say this was the second annual picnic, along with other events they host throughout the year. A new festival in Chippewa Falls is raising money for families impacted by violent crime. The first Picks and Pours Festival took place today at the Northern Wisconsin State Fairgrounds. The event raises funds for the organization Win for Jacks, which helps support child victims of crime and their families.
So the organization is called Win for Jacks. It's named after my son. He passed away in 2018. He was 6 months old. He had gotten assaulted at a daycare that he was at and passed away 2 days later.
And he says when his son tragically passed, many neighbors, friends, and even kind strangers showed them support, and they hope to carry on Jax's legacy by doing the same. Now, if you would like to support the organization, you can visit winforjax.org. That's the number 4 to make a donation. St. Joseph Parish in La Crosse celebrating a major milestone this evening. The historic Catholic Church is marking 125 years of the building being used as a center for worship. Community members gathered at the church tonight for a picnic and fellowship.
Being part of this history, as I said, again, the history of the church building, in which how many thousand masses have been set in 125 years. I feel blessed to be the part of it.
Well, the building is now turning 125. The parish was established back in 1857, making it the oldest in La Crosse County. And happening right now, another event that you actually still have time to check out. It's a full evening of music out in Bryce Prairie tonight. The 2026 Rockin' the Prairie is underway with over 6 hours of live music. And all the festivities are for a cause. It's to raise funds to support Bryce Prairie EMS and rescue.
This is our 18th annual Rockin' the Prairie. We're supported by the town of Onalaska to keep the lights on and buy, medical supplies, but anything extra we do through fundraising. And most of the time when people see us, it's not a good day, so it's kind of fun to have them over to the place and hang out and have a good time.
And there's actually still plenty of time to go check out the live music tonight. The band Something Familiar plays until midnight. Onalaska native Jordan Butler is preparing to head off to compete for the title of Miss America. Butler was crowned Miss Wisconsin 2026 earlier this summer in June, and today friends, family, and the community celebrated her accomplishments with a send-off to Miss America. The Miss America competition is in Florida, and finals will take place on September 6th. Butler says she's most excited to represent her state.
I love Wisconsin with all my heart, so getting to wear Wisconsin across my chest on the biggest stage of my life will be such an honor. You know, we're gonna try our best. It would be an honor to be Miss America, but also being Miss Wisconsin was such a dream. So I am living the dream every day as Miss Wisconsin and just gonna give my best to represent our state to the best of my abilities.
And at the Miss America competition, Butler will compete in several categories, including private interview, talent, fitness, onstage question, and evening gown. We are definitely cheering you on from here, Jordan. Best of luck. Still to come, there's a school replacing teachers with AI lessons. How and where students are learning through apps after the break.
Nothing brings people together like Rudy's Drive-In. Grab a chili dog, buffalo burger, or any classic drive-in favorite. Then gather around with family and friends for a meal that's as memorable as the moments you share. Rudy's Drive-In, where great food and great memories are always on the menu.
One of the things that I think makes us unique is that we are the one-stop shop. We have the carpenters, we also employ plumbers, we also employ electricians. We've got really good workmen to complete the job, no matter what it is. Across the board, it's just, as the saying goes, being above board, being a step above, not cutting any corners when it comes to protecting our customers and protecting our employees. Call today for a prompt free estimate.
Congressman Tom Tiffany and David Crowley have very different plans. Tiffany voted for tax cuts for billionaires, cuts to Social Security services, and backed Trump policies that raised gas and grocery prices. Crowley's plan? Focus on the basics and lower costs. Cut utility bills, expand Badger Care, lower prescription drug prices, and cut property taxes for seniors and working families. What's better for you? MAGA extremism or David Crowley's plan to lower costs?
Cool down at Rudy's Drive-In in La Crosse. From classic vanilla and twist to flavor burst favorites like cotton candy, black cherry, and green apple, there's a sweet treat for everyone. Grab the family, make some memories, and enjoy the hometown tradition that's been bringing smiles for generations.
OpenAI is focusing on teens, and a school that uses AI instead of teachers is expanding. And there's a possible upgrade to Meta's smart glasses that's raising more privacy concerns. Here's Juliette Goodrich with this week's top tech stories.
This week in tech, OpenAI is launching ChatGPT for teens. OpenAI says this chatbot will limit conversations involving violence, explicit content, and other high-risk topics. It can also alert adults who opt into parental notifications. So the new AI model will also provide study tools and guardrails for students. A private school that uses personalized AI lessons instead of teachers is opening more campuses this school year. At Alpha School, students spend 2 hours a day on AI apps learning core subjects like math and reading. The rest of the day, students focus on real-world skills ranging from coding to surfing. Amid privacy concerns, Meta is considering adding facial recognition into its smart glasses. In a patent filing, the company said the technology could recognize people, analyze their expressions and actions, and create personalized video highlights from social events. And Uber Eats is partnering with Zipline to start autonomous drone deliveries later this year, aiming to cut delivery times by 5 to 10 minutes. The companies hope to make 1 million drone deliveries daily by the end of 2029. And those are this week's tech headlines. Juliette Goodrich, CBS News.
The 5-day World Humanoid Robot Games kicked off in Beijing today. It has robots showcasing their athletic abilities and sporting skills in front of a human audience. Humanoid robots were seen sprinting along a racetrack as part of the 100-meter dash, which did see several contestants fall over and burst into flames. Running through August 26th, the games combine conventional sports with contests based on factory, warehouse, restaurant, retail, office, and emergency response work. In this weekend's top consumer headlines, the national debt topped a record $40 trillion this week. That's according to the Treasury Department. The debt has ballooned as government spending continues to outpace revenue. Interest costs alone accounted for 14% of federal spending in 2025, while spending on the military, Social Security, and Medicare has also risen. The Peterson Foundation estimates the debt could reach $50 trillion within 6 years without changes to spending or tax policy. The FDA has upgraded a recall of frozen blueberries and mixed berries to its highest risk level. The Greenwise organic fruit, sold at public stores across 8 states, may be contaminated with E. coli, which can cause serious illness and, in severe cases, death. The outbreak has sickened at least 12 people, including 4 who were hospitalized. Well, Walmart has pledged to use its recent tariff refunds to lower prices further for customers. The company reported earnings Thursday, revealing it has received nearly $3 billion in eligible tariff relief. But sales growth was the slowest in 6 years, even after Walmart cut prices on thousands of items last month. Still ahead on your weekend news, firefighters in Spain are battling a raging wildfire as evacuations take place. The details are coming up.
Meanwhile, we have calm conditions working in the forecast with a pleasant Sunday on tap. More about that when I return in just a moment.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we know inspiration's in full swing this time of year. So bring us your wild ideas and we'll bring the value on the quality supplies you need to make it happen at unbeatably low prices. Right now, during our home sale, select Ninja appliances up to 30% off. Poppy Probiotic Soda, $6.99. Plus, new and only at Blaine's, shop our assortment of rustic pantry kitchen gadgets, all 20% off. Find value on everything to do your thing at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
The wait is over for the perfect time to buy your new truck. The biggest Ram 1500 savings of the year have arrived. New Ram Warlock Crew Cab with a V8 Hemi, $8,000 off MSRP. New Bighorn with heated seats and steering wheel, $12,000 off. Laramie Crew Cabs with leather seating, $16,000 off. And off-road ready Ram Rebels, $17,000 off MSRP. We have over 30 in stock and more on the way. Get to Sugarloaf Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram today. Highway 61, Winona.
Medica comes from the same neighborhoods we serve. We're at the soccer field with access to care at a moment's notice, at yoga class supporting your everyday wellness, and around the corner with pharmacy benefits you can count on. With a Medica health plan, when it matters most, we'll be there too.
Hey folks, Ronnie Craig here, inviting you out to the 29th annual Elvis Explosion, live at the La Crosse Center, September 11, 12, and 13. Come and see over 40 Elvis tribute artists from all over the world battle it out for $25,000 in cash. Tickets for this rockin' weekend are at Ticketmaster.com, at the box office, or days of shows. That's the Elvis Explosion, live at the La Crosse Center. See you there, or you ain't nothing but a hound dog.
I look around at my neighborhood. The original farm families are all gone.
Well, that's part of, why I'm running for Congress. I'm more of a moderate. I feel like people in D.C. really left working class folks behind.
Yeah, got to have people in the middle. I'm voting on trust. Not that I'm a genius or nothing. I just know that your heart's in the right place.
Yeah, I think we need people to work across the aisle to actually get things done.
And I think you'll be persistent.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Trade talks between Canada and the U.S. broke down late Friday, resulting in the U.S. imposing hefty new tariffs on Canada starting this weekend. CBS News' Olivia Rinaldi has the details.
The trade war between the U.S. and Canada intensified Saturday, with the U.S. imposing a 50% tariff on $20 billion worth of Canadian products. This after the two countries failed to reach a trade deal. The tariffs will impact about 5% of what Canada ships to the U.S., including products ranging from hockey sticks to alcohol. On Friday afternoon, President Trump expressed optimism in reaching a trade deal.
We should be able to have a deal with Canada.
But by late Friday, the talks broke down. And on Saturday, Canada's Prime Minister said the country had no choice other than to say no to the terms of the deal.
We cannot accept what they've offered, and we will not give what they've asked.
Canada says it will retaliate beginning September 8th with a new set of tariffs.
Canada will match Washington's new tariffs dollar for dollar in order to protect Canadian workers, farmers, families, and businesses.
The trade news comes as President Trump celebrates legal progress in the construction here at the White House. On Friday, the Supreme Court allowed work on the $400 million ballroom to continue as the court considers lawsuits aimed at stopping the construction. In a political speech on Friday, President Trump said he was pleased by the news.
I just want to thank the Supreme Court and the Chief Justice, and we have a ruling that it's proceed. When they say proceed, I think that's a good thing.
The construction of the ballroom began last fall, following the demolition of the East Wing. Olivia Rinaldi, CBS News, the White House.
President Trump has argued that construction of the ballroom is vital to his safety and the safety of future presidents. The project includes an underground bunker and medical facilities. And today, firefighters battling a raging wildfire in the eastern Valencia region of Spain. The fire broke out in the town of Segorbe late Thursday after a lightning strike and began spreading rapidly on Friday afternoon. Local media reported more than 1,000 evacuees feared for their homes. Emergency crews continued to battle the blazes with aerial firefighting resources brought in to put out the blaze. Well, we've had definitely a pleasant weekend of weather here, but how's it going to look as we head into Sunday? Let's hand it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett for a look.
All right, as we get right back into it, once again, the rainfall we're expecting over the next 7 days, not looking great. It's a bit of moisture in the ground here, maybe a quarter of an inch or less in the forecast. What we're going to be seeing is rainfall coming by Tuesday and then eventually sneaking back again, coming back again for the weekend. And I'm talking next weekend, by the way. We're going to hold on now. This all shapes up. We get a little bit closer here. You're going to be seeing it's a low chance of that rainfall getting on the ground. We'll also see winds to be fairly light for tomorrow, possibly getting around, say, up to 11 miles per hour or less in the forecast there. And of course, it'll be much lighter than we had today. We had wind gusts of 22, possibly 28 miles per hour in some cases today. We'll see these wind gusts for tomorrow. Actually, as we finish out, these are mostly today. Eventually, they'll stay breezy. They're staying breezy until at least going into the 8 o'clock time slot, as you can see here. Eventually, we'll get right back into it for today. We have the temperatures that were in the 80s. Possibly, we'll see these temperatures to be much lower for tomorrow. They're going to be at least about 78 for La Crosse for tomorrow, holding on to the forecast leading into about, say, 77 for tomorrow for Eau Claire. We're getting how this all shapes up as we finish out, going to the clear skies to finish out tonight with a few clouds trying to sneak in gradually. You can see that kind of coming in with a little bit of fog also associated with that too when we get in the morning hours. But once we get into the afternoon, still sunshine is coming in. We still have that wind coming out of the north with a ridge on the way. That's going to start to build in coming over this plain states. You can see most of that coming in with a little light moisture trying to sneak along or above that ridge as well, trying to get over the top of that and working its way into our region. As it does, it's going to bring in a little light moisture possibly into the area here, but right now it's going to be dry for the better part of the day. You can see with partly cloudy skies or mostly sunny skies getting into that. We'll also low into this. You can see moisture coming in from the west. That's going to ride the ridge and bring us some shower potential as we go right into tomorrow. I can get that to about 1:55, 2 o'clock or so in the daytime. That's about as far as I can go with this. And then eventually you can see storm activity trying to get into it, how it shapes up by 8 o'clock at night with a storm or two coming mostly up to the north. Eau Claire is in that, Chippewa Valley, all the way up to Rusk County. Rochester, you see a little bit of moisture moving in, and that's pretty much as far as I can go on that one as well. You're also going to see as we load into how this all shapes up for Sunday, we're looking at winds to be light, 16 miles per hour or less in the forecast. Then we get into this for tomorrow. We're going to be seeing 50s, 60s, 70s in the forecast, much lower than what we're seeing for today, what we saw today. Tomorrow for Eau Claire, similar conditions, 60s, 70s, widespread up to 77 degrees, and eventually we'll see that taper off pretty quick. We'll get into tonight, we're looking at 40s, upper 40s to at least the low to middle 50s, so it's going to be a very comfortable sleep overnight tonight, right? So we get right back into it. You turn off that air conditioning as well, holding on to the possibilities of this. Widespread 70s in the forecast to you. You can see that widespread 78 for La Crosse, Trempealeau, as well as Eau Claire, 79 for Lansing, 78 for Prairie du Chien, 75 up there in Ladysmith, the cool spot, 72 as you get into Medford. Then we get into how this all shapes up Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Now, Sunday is the green. You can see the green is flat, as you can see. You get into Monday. Monday is pretty much flat, too. It gets a little bit of bump, but it's still below seasonal averages, of course. We're going to see mostly that with the 70s, and, of course, we'll see similar conditions as well as you get into Tuesday. That would be one of the warmest spots coming in the forecast leading into that, as well as Wednesday. So we get a little heat and a bump coming up for ridge building in for Tuesday and Wednesday, of course, with the moisture on tap as well. Loading into this, we get right back into this. We go into Sunday and Monday. We are dry for the most part. Partly cloudy skies probably for you, leading into cloudier skies coming in for your Tuesday. Wednesday is dry. We may see a little bit of moisture in the early morning for your Wednesday because there's about a 30% chance of that happening. Then going into Thursday and Friday, you've got drier conditions on tap. Saturday and Sunday of next week, more showers and storms on the way, possibly going into the beginning of next week.
Hey, like you said, turn that air conditioning off. I'm sure a lot of people appreciate that.
Ooh, tell me about it, man.
For sure. But it'll be so quick before we got to turn that heat on.
I know, right?
So you got to appreciate it. All right, thanks, Art.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up next in sports, preseason Packers. Green Bay got the win last night in Denver. Hear from the team after a great opening drive from the starters. Kate is in next.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time. First Warn meteorologist Art Jarrett. Kate Overton, News 8 Sports.
Now, I know you don't care that geothermal heating and cooling could save the planet, but do you realize how much fuel you could have conserved since you bought your home? Enough to fill this pool.
Really?
Isn't that ridiculous?
Get out of my pool. When you need a truck to get you from the job site
to the campsite, drive your story with a new Ram from Pischke Motors.
Make this the summer and drive away in your new 2026 Ram 1500. Stop in today to save 20% off MSRP on the strongest Ram 1500 ever. With serious power and capability, and get America's best factory full-size truck powertrain limited warranty. 10-year, 100,000-mile. Hurry in. This offer ends August 31st. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Meet data center David Crowley.
There's an opportunity for us to really become AI and a data hub for not only for the entire country, but for the entire globe.
And he wants you to pay for it. Data center David Crowley won't roll back data center tax incentives. Our lakes run dry. Family farms paved over. Why? Because Crowley's campaign is funded by the people building them. Data center David Crowley. Big tech wins. Wisconsin pays.
Music is a lot of emotion tied to it. You know, we have something we're trying to express or perform. These are part of who people are. It feels special to be able to be involved in that aspect of somebody's life that way. When I care about what I'm doing and they care about what they're doing through the instrument, getting to be the person that makes that stuff be able to flow through feels very special.
A lifetime of pleasure, satisfaction, and fun. Light hold music.
So you don't believe in climate change, but you installed geothermal heating and cooling.
The geothermal gives us consistent comfort all day and all night.
Well, I feel very comfortable and very uncomfortable at the same time.
They won't hurt you.
I know. You've made sure of that.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, high school football took over last night. The Green Bay Packers also saw some action for their second preseason game of the year. Love and the starters took the field to start the game, and they looked great. Let's have a recap. Second play of the game for the Packers. Love finds Christian Watson on the slant route. Now the ball would pop out, but after review, Watson was ruled down before the fumble. First down, Green Bay. Later in the drive, now 4th and inches. Packers looking to throw the ball. Love finds Matthew Golden on the crossing route. First down and more. Packers at the 20-yard line. A risky play, but it pays off. A few plays later, 3rd and 2 now. Love hands it off to Marshawn Lloyd. Lloyd fighting for the first down, and he gets it. A great second effort there. And then a few plays later, 1st and 10, Love going to find Watson. Now Watson's going to take a big hit right here, but he gets up no problem after the 5-yard pickup. Then on 3rd and 3, Love back to pass. He's going to find Lloyd in the middle of the field. Nobody in front of him. Touchdown, Packers. It was the only drive the starters saw, but it was a promising one.
I think it was good. I think obviously the drive we had tonight, ended on a great note. That was a good 12-play drive we put together. Guys executing on a lot of levels right there.
It's invaluable. I mean, that's one of the best teams in the National Football League, and they got a ton of players and really in every phase. So I thought all in all it was a pretty good night.
And after a 3-for-3 performance in the first preseason game, Trey Smack came out and delivered again. Another perfect night, 4 for 4 with field goals made from 51, 59, and 43. He was also 3 for 3 on extra points. Again, preseason doesn't mean too much, but if Smack can kick like this throughout the regular season, then look out. All right, the Vikings in some preseason action this afternoon. Kyler Murray named the Week 1 starter, but it's J.J. McCarthy getting the preseason start. And check out this deep pass. Deep down the field to Ty Felton, who goes up and gets it for a 50-yard pickup. A huge play sets the Vikings up at the 10-yard line. But later in the drive, Vikings facing a 4th and goal. McCarthy with a man open, but the pass too high and too fast. Turnover on downs. Not a lot of starters in action for Minnesota. They fall on this one 13-3. All right, the Brewers and the Braves are two of the best teams in baseball. Milwaukee took game 1 in last night's action, and these two teams continued battle this afternoon. Let's go to American Family Field. Logan Henderson on the mound in some trouble in the first. Runners at the corners for Atlanta, and Michael Harris lines one down the line in left. That's going to score a run. The Braves take an early lead, but Henderson was money after that. Second inning, same score. With a runner on third, William Contreras rips an RBI single into left. This game is tied at 1. Then in the third, after a 12-pitch at bat, Jake Bowers sends this one deep to center field, and that ball is gone. A 2-run shot puts the Brewers up 3-1. Then in the fourth inning, runners at the corners for Cooper Pratt, and he gets a hold of this ball deep to left, but not quite enough. It's caught at the track. It'll score a run on the sac fly and RBI. Milwaukee goes up 3, and that's all they would need. Brewers clinch the series win 4-1, the final. The Twins out on the West Coast. Minnesota led 5-2 in the 7th inning, but San Diego would score 4 runs as they are currently leading 6-5. Well, in some heartbreaking news, the Alma Center Lincoln community is grieving tonight after the school district announced the passing of senior quarterback Adam Mossman. Mossman was injured Thursday night during the Hornets' first football game of the season. He was treated on the field before being transported to the hospital. Specifics on the injury have not been released. Mossman was a multi-sport athlete and a dedicated student. We will continue to keep you updated on this story as more information is released. We'll be right back.
The Toy Scout is coming back by popular demand to buy your old toys. We'll be in Onalaska at the Stony Creek Hotel August 24th through the 27th. Don't miss us this time. Admission is free. Visit toyscout.com or call 561-628-1990.
I came to the board store in 1989 as an employee. Became an owner in 2008. When I first started, there was like 3 people. Now we're approaching 80 people. So I've been serving the community for about 36 years with various types of home improvements. We say we're family owned, we're locally owned, we're veteran owned, and we're faith-based. And that's what we built our business on. Call today for a prompt free estimate.
Our Congress spending like drunken sailors, blowing America's budget with every bomb blast overseas, billions and billions. And Congressman Derek Van Orden voted for it all. As the war drives gas and grocery prices through the roof, Derek Van Orden, billions on bombs. Everyday Wisconsinites drowning in bills and high prices. Call Congressman Van Orden before all the money is gone. Tell him we can barely afford our gas and groceries. Start getting costs down now.
It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event.
Off they go, spreading capability across America.
Great deals, great trucks.
Great time to buy. And JD Power says Ford is now #1 in new vehicle quality.
All the hauling and towing they'll do. Wish I could go with them.
Sure looks like fun.
But the deals end soon. Better hurry.
Get zero financing, zero payments for 90 days, and $1,500 toward your down payment on select Ford SUVs, plus a complimentary 2-year premium maintenance plan.
Hey, Dominic here to show you how to make an easy party mix using our original and garlic salt seasoning. Combine melted butter, Worcestershire sauce, garlic salt seasoning, and original seasoning. Mix with corn, rice, and wheat checks, mixed nuts, pretzels, and bagel chips. Cook at 250 for 1 hour, stirring every 15 minutes. You can even add caution seasoning if you want some heat. Get original and garlic salt seasoning and 38 other blends at our outlet store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. So where's the party?
Backed by popular demand, the Toy Scout is coming back to Western Wisconsin to buy your gold jewelry, silver coins, glass rings, and more. We'll be at the Stony Creek Hotel in Onalaska, August 24th through the 27th. Don't miss us this time. Visit toyscout.com or call 561-628-1990.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
The Iowa State Fair crowned its winner for Best New Food on Friday. There were more than 80 new foods at the fair this year, but the Porky Parm Gnocchi came out on top. Now, according to the fair, it's a gluten-free potato gnocchi with a Graziano sausage tossed in a house-made cream Parmesan sauce with pesto drizzle, shaved Parmesan, and fresh parsley. Well, that sounds delicious. The other foods that were competing for the title included the mini apple pie and All-American scrambled egg roll. The Iowa State Fair wraps up tomorrow, but before long, the Minnesota State Fair will be here. That starts on Thursday. Now, don't go too far. We'll have a final look at your weather when we come back.
Brooklyn Hine on News 8 Now. First Warn meteorologist Nicole Skalitsky.
Enjoy rest and relaxation during the Labor Day mattress sale at Home Sleep Express. Right now, get an extra 10% off the home price on Prana Sleep and Thomas Cole Sleep. Find the ideal match for your perfect night's rest. The Labor Day mattress sale, now at Home Sleep Express.
This is Sugarloaf Ford, Winona's family-owned Ford dealer since 1977. A big selection, low prices, and a team that truly treats you like family. We have a 4.8 star rating on Google with over 1,000 reviews. We have more inventory than you can imagine. Family hauler expeditions, budget-friendly AVs, refrigerator vans, trucks, and more trucks. Come see us today on the sunny side of 61 in Winona or shop online 24/7 at sugarloafford.com.
Summer tastes better with ice cream. At the Westby Cooperative Creamery Cheese Store, you'll find hand-scooped ice cream that's worth the trip. Pick your favorite flavor, grab a cone, and enjoy a sweet treat made for Wisconsin summers. While you're here, shop delicious cheeses, local products, and gifts for the whole family. Cool off and treat yourself at the Westby Cooperative Creamery Cheese Store in downtown Westby. Westby Cooperative Creamery, where Wisconsin tradition meets a scoop of happiness.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we know inspiration's in full swing this time of year. So bring us your wild ideas, and we'll bring the value on the quality supplies you need to make it happen at unbeatably low prices. Right now, during our home sale, select Ninja appliances up to 30% off. Poppy Probiotic Soda, $6.99. Plus, new and only at Blaine's, shop our assortment of rustic pantry kitchen gadgets, all 20% off. Find value on everything to do your thing at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
A semi ran us into the median. I had a lot of medical bills, and it was crazy amounts of money too. Without Pemberton, I would have been lost. They made me feel like I was important. I love that there was a lot of communication. I think that that was probably the most important part of everything that was going on for me, was just knowing that I was being taken care of and that they were assuring me that I was going to be all right and that they could get this taken care of for me, and they did. Everything they did helped make sure that I was going to be okay.
During the Labor Day sale at Home Sleep Express, get up to $700 off select Tempur-Pedic adjustable sets, plus a $300 home shopping card with free white glove delivery, and pay no interest for 5 years. The Tempur-Pedic Labor Day sale at Home Sleep Express.
All right, we'll see temperatures in the 70s widespread to the low 80s now. Menominee showing an 80-degree mark. Then we'll get into your Wednesday, I should say your Monday, and then we'll see conditions to be like this. Widespread 70s and 80s again. A few more 80s on the picture there. We'll also pick up some rainfall kicking in for Tuesday. It'll come in the morning and then eventually come back again into the evening and possibly into the latter portion of the evening and into Wednesday morning. Then we'll get into Thursday to be dry as well as Friday. More showers and storms are on the way. But you notice Tuesday and Wednesday, those temperatures are going to be in the middle, low to middle 80s, and there'll be a little bit of humidity picking up as well. So you'll feel it on your skin a little bit warmer those next couple of days.
Looking at that low of 53 tomorrow night. I cannot wait to sleep with my window open, to
There
get
you
that
go.
cold air in. Oh, it's going to feel good.
Yes, no AC. All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.